Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's video I want to show you my rain barrel that I got yesterday and where I plan to put it. Also, a little update on the vegetable garden. We built one raised bed yesterday, and then Scott's going to build another one today. I think he's going to do a 4x4 today. Yesterday he did a 4x8. I probably slowed him down a lot because I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to do it. And so I had a lot of questions. That's how I learn. I just ask a ton of questions. And so every so often he'd have to stop and look at me and say, really? This many questions? But anyway, so this afternoon he'll do a 4x4. And then I already filmed a little sketch that I did of the vegetable garden. I think I'm very happy with it. In fact, I'm even more excited now because I've seen it on paper. And it's coming along really well. It's making me excited. You can see in the clouds it might rain again today. I hope not. I need the soil to dry out. I have so many things I need to get in the ground. Anyway, the soil needs to dry out. I love the rain. I love it. It's just we've had so much rain. And I just need the soil to dry out so I can get busy planting, because that's really what I love to do. And I have all these pretty little plants that I want to get in the ground, and I want to, clean up my yard and get it organized. And I can't do that with all this stuff still sitting around in these little pots. So anyway, I hope that it'll stop raining soon. But I did look at the forecast, and we're supposed to have like high 90s next week. And so it goes from rainy to extreme heat, and can I catch a break? I just need a good solid week in the garden. Here's the rain barrel. This is it. It's not put together yet, but it supposedly holds 50 gallons. And you can link them to other ones, so you could potentially have hundreds of gallons of water in your yard in these little containers. They are not mosquito proof yet. I do have an idea and a plan to put a wire cloth that it has much smaller little squares, so mosquitoes can get in and out of there just fine if they wanted to. But I plan to get some hardwire cloth, and I also saw something online that would fit over the top of this, and then it has like a little like a bungee cord hook that you can hook up underneath it, and that's supposed to help. But anything to keep mosquitoes out of the water. So I'm gonna walk to my east side of my backyard. I don't have my selfie stick. Still not used to that. I'm not a selfie person. I know everyone has been using selfie sticks forever, but I literally held my first selfie stick a week ago. Okay? I know, that's silly and crazy. Okay, so that's my messy area hidden behind everything. So please don't judge me. But I plan to put these cinder blocks down and make a nice little base, because where the hose outlet on the rain barrel is at the bottom. So you don't want to put it straight on the ground. You do want to raise it up. They do sell a stand, but I think I want it on these cinder blocks because I want to control the height and make it tall enough for me. I mean, I am getting older, and the lower back, you need to do everything you can to protect it. My poor plants in these containers waiting to get into the ground, but they are getting drenched with water all the time, so even their leaves are turning yellow. But anyway, so this is where I'm going to put it. If I put it like right in the middle, I'll still have space on both sides, and it'll come out probably about as far as those bricks are, so it won't impede my walking space. So I think this is a good location. The other thing about this location is that it is by my hose, and I can just connect my hose and then go out and use the rainwater to water if I wanted. But I think I'm going to end up doing what I normally do, which is put it in a watering pail and hand watering, because I do have irrigation around my house. I really don't need a hose water very often. So I think it'll look real nice here. And then if I do decide to connect them and make a series of them, I also feel like this section is perfect. I have about, well, let's see, these are 1.5 feet or 16 inches, I think, 16 by 16. So, you know, we're looking at almost 3 feet, 6 feet, 9 feet, at least 9 feet comfortably. That's probably conservative. At least 9 feet of wall space right here that I can put these rain barrels if I like them. I'll have to move some of my plantings. I was going to put a row of wood ferns here and some ajuga because they seem to like all the moisture, and this is real soggy back here. It's just terrible. Oh no. I have to move this. Sorry. That little plant was getting covered. This is an indigo, and it's so pretty when it blooms. And I forget which client. I went over to someone's house and she offered me some. It can grow. Ooh, there goes my AC. It can grow kind of, it can spread by rhizomes. It was kind of hard to dig out. There was quite a bit of it, but it had been in her yard for 15-20 years, so the roots and the growth and everything was just very extensive. But that, I overwintered that in a little container for 1.5 years before I put it in the ground. Anyway, so that's where the rain barrel's going. Can you believe these pansies and violas are still doing so good? My house has some dianthus back here that's still blooming so nicely. The ones in the front yard that are in full sun, like all day sun, they need to be deadhead. They look terrible. But these back here look great. And my little update on my maple, it still seems to be hanging on. In fact, the new growth is getting a little bit bigger, so I think getting it up out of the ground and getting it into this pot has really helped it. Hey little plants, hang in there. I'm gonna get you in the ground one day. I've got so many pretty things up there too. That's what's so sad about it. One day I'm going to get all that oxalis out. I might just come back and put, since I don't have anything really self-seeding in here, I might come back this season and take out the mulch I do have and put down that preen mulch, that mulch that has that preen in it, and maybe it'll stop this oxalis from continuing to grow. But I do try to pull, the flowers are so pretty to me. I kind of hate doing this, but I do pull these little flowers because I don't know if they set seeds too, and that's what I'm worried about. But I don't know how they, I just know that pulling them doesn't do anything to the bulb that they grow from. I mean, they are pretty. I mean, like, hello, aren't I just a cheerful little flower? I mean, come on, who could hate this? But I do. You can actually eat this. This is edible. Kind of like spinach in a way. Yeah, they're cute. Cute little... That's probably why there's a lot in my yard, because when they first started popping up, I was like, oh, how pretty. Yeah. Yep. Look. My rose. This is a Peggy Martin rose, also known as the Katrina rose. It's finally reached up to the electrical conduit up there, and hopefully I can get me a ladder and start training it. Maybe get some wire up there too. Yay. That one shoot is so tall. It's crazy how this plant is growing. You'd think all the shoots would go long. But nope, just this one that goes up the side. Goes all the way up. That's at least 10 feet. Hope I'm not doing something wrong there. My beauty berry is Pearl Glam, and it's budded up and about to flower. It looks like the flower's about to start opening. Yay, it's the best it's done. I had to relocate it. It was over there somewhere, and I don't think it was doing so good. I don't think it likes that hot summer afternoon sun. And this area gets all hot afternoon sun. It gets full sun all day long, except for like the very morning when the sun comes up, the fence blocks the sun. But then after that, fair game. That sun has full access. Oh, I've got a Belinda's Dream Rose. I got one blooming on me. I just love strolling in the backyard, but that's not why I'm out here. I came out here to do a short video on my rain barrel, and I just get distracted. This is another plant that does really well with moist conditions. This is a Terenia. What brand of Terenia is it? Moon Magenta Wishbone Flower, also known as Terenia. It does real well. In fact, this is the second time I've planted it here, and I planted it again because it does so well. In fact, I need to get another one in here and just make a little row of them. I still haven't raised up that peony yet. Just unsure. And I have a liatris underneath here growing. That's why there's some stakes, so that the sun can get to it. Otherwise, I think it would have been smothered out by the limelight hydrangea. I forgot to move it. But the stakes they're actually yard sign stakes, and I have so many of them, of course, but using it to keep them up. Oh, but they've already started budding. Okay, they've set buds. Awesome. We're gonna get a lot of, ooh, that is stink bug. Sure is. I don't know how I feel about him. I want to squish him. I gotta turn off the camera though, because I can't show my mean streak. Okay, I got the deed done. They put off a stinky smell when you squish them. The reason why I squished them is because they love to eat my tomatoes. They stick their little sucker thing into my tomatoes and cause my tomatoes, and I can't even think about what they do to them, but they squirt in something that makes the, easier to eat the flesh, or anyway, turns it all into juice. Just the thought of it. I won't eat a tomato off a plant if I see those things on it. It grosses me out. Yep, it does. My clematis must be taking a big lull. I've got lots of seed heads on it, but no blooms. Could be the rain also. Gerber daisy's doing good in the raised bed. Decent over here, although this one does hold a lot more water, but it's holding its own, it looks like. Could be doing better. Could be doing like this one, much better. But those over there, they didn't fare well. In fact, one of them I think died. Had a couple things die that made me sad. Yeah, there it is. Poor thing. And my other one I think I already pulled up, because I can't find it. I don't remember where I put it. Oh well. So the rain barrel does fit on it. I am going to pull them a little further out from the wall just so that it's, you know, centered on it for the most stability. And then I do need to put the crushed gravel down because this cinder block here is higher, and so it tilts. Now it'll settle because that's what these did. They settled into the mud, but I think I still would want gravel under both of them. So I'm going to take all this apart and get that crushed gravel, if I can lift it and get it over here, and pour it down, stamp it down with the little flat stamper thing I have, and then we'll open this up, get the little spout out of here, and get it all hooked up and get water started filling into it, because this is why I need it. See all that? That is all rainwater, and that's time consuming, and it takes up a lot of space, and it's junky. And you know, I love collecting rainwater for the plants. I feel that the plants do better when you water them with rainwater rather than out of the hose or out of the sprinkler system. And so for my flowering plants, I want them to have the rainwater, but we get mosquitoes so bad I can't leave it just out for them to breed in. And so I collect it in whatever container I can find, but they don't overwinter well. The plastic does break down because of the type of plastic it is these days to be something that doesn't, you know, last forever. It has to be somewhat biodegradable. And then of course the paper cardboard like milk jugs, those for sure turn into mush. So they're not very good after a while either. But again, I don't like the way it looks. And what is it? Those are half gallons. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7 gallons right there, and then the water bottles, you know. Anyway, so that won't even that'll barely even fill this rain barrel. But I have, oh, this isn't all that I have. I have a lot more than this. I hide them everywhere, trying to get them out of sight. But I mean, nothing more I can do. I can't hide them anymore. They're an eyesore. Again, I have them pretty much everywhere. But anyway, this is where it's gonna go, and I can add another barrel after the faucet spout. Now it may not catch the water from above like it should, because that's what it's intended to do, to put a downspout. But I will probably just fill it manually for now until I can figure out a way of getting a downspout to come down into this area. There's a couple of problems with having a downspout over here. One, I have a sprinkler head in here, so there's a sprinkler head, which I probably don't need that now that all this, I mean, there's nothing growing over here really. So I could cover that sprinkler head and then have a downspout come down this wall and then feed into the rain barrel. So I could move the rain barrel over further to get it, or I could, you know, just do a little elbow to get it in there. The other thing with the downspout over here is my roof line. I mean, it's so high up there, and we really don't have trees that create leaf litter on our roof, and so there's really not a need for a gutter system up there other than for this, which again I might do just for this. Maybe I could just do like I guess I could maybe just finagle something where I could get a contractor maybe to go, you know, maybe about 10 foot mark, or maybe like where this conduit is, just bring something over and build like a little awning maybe, and have the awning have a gutter on it and use the awning for it, which that might be the easiest solution. because I really don't want to have to climb up there to clean out gutters. And even with that leaf filter cover on the gutters, it's not foolproof. So, you know, birds can get up there with their twigs and stuff. All sorts of things can get in it. So I think I'd rather do like, put a little awning over here that could help catch the rain. And really it would be kind of nice anyway because, you know, it's good to cover your ACs with something. So, I don't know. I'd love to know your ideas. I'd love to hear suggestions. I'm always open to any kind of suggestion you might have, how I can get the rain diverted in here so I don't have to do it manually. I really don't want it anywhere else in my yard. I mean, there are a couple other spots I could put it, but then there's not the potential for linking them. Okay, so I've got it, it's all level, it doesn't wobble, and I had to scoot it over just a little, just to give me a little extra room for that nozzle, but anyway, and then I had the one corner closed up, and I decided I'd rather have it open on the edge than to have it open on top where water can drip down, and I don't know, I'd rather it be closed on top. So I'd rather it be closed on top. Anyway, I'd prefer not to see the opening there, but I mean, I guess it'll be a little safe haven for lizards and spiders and whatnot. Now I just got to unscrew it. I've got to unscrew this top and get the little nozzle out and install the nozzle. So I'm going to do that next. So when you unscrew it, there's the hole, and then inside is the little package that has the spout. So I'm going to open that up real quick and show you what's inside. Okay, this is what's inside. You find the brass nozzle, you find some plumber's tape or threading tape, and then instructions, and that way you can install this, and then I can put this back on and I can start putting water in here to collect it. Like I mentioned before, the spacing between these little squares is not small enough for keeping the mosquitoes out. So, which, you know, I'm like, I'm not sure why they don't make it mosquito proof, why they go with this size, but anyway, I'm going to get me some mosquito netting and just cover this, you know, just drape it over it, and I think that'll be sufficient for now. And again, it's over here. I'm not real worried about what it looks like. The other good thing about this spot, which I'm going to go tell my husband in just a second, is that it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There's no sun on this barrel. So the hot afternoon sun, this barrel will not be exposed to. Now, it's a high grade plastic. It's that polypropylene. Anyway, it's food safe, and it holds up to heat and the elements and things like that. So it's a good plastic. But, you know, I want it to last as long as possible. So if it's in the shade, I feel like it'll last longer. So that's another reason why I like this area over here. Anyway, I'm going to take this inside because I need to read the instructions. I'm a manual reader. I read things before I do them. My husband, he's the guy that just looks at it, opens it up, starts doing it, and then reads. So I'm going to go and read it since I'm going to be the one doing it. Okay, I have the little tape threaded around the rear threads because this is where you connect the hose. So I have it wrapped around it just like it said. It said to do it clockwise that way. So I did that, and now I'm going to go out and screw this in. Okay, it says to insert and screw in clockwise, not to cross the threads. So I'm assuming that means don't force this past the threads, just screw it in. I wrapped it, said wrap it 2 to 4 times with the tape, and I wrapped it, I think 3 times. Actually, it's either 2 or 3 times, maybe 3.5, just because I got confused when I was wrapping it. Ooh, where did I start again? It's kind of hard to. Anyway, this is it's tight, so it's gonna make a good seal, that's for sure. At least I'm hoping, because some of the reviews I did read that it leaks, but I'm thinking those were the plastic hose spigots. Oh my, I don't want it upside down. I need it to turn one more time. All right, I'm gonna have to put the camera down because I think I might need 2 hands. Okay, I think I have it in there pretty good. I'm scared that if I go one more time, I'm gonna get stuck halfway. It's snug as I had to use 2 hands, so I think it's snug. All right, that's it. And now I just have to screw the top back on. I need to screw this back on, and then I actually might leave. Well, no, I'm going to use it because I don't want debris going in there. I'm going to start filling this up because, of course, it's not raining right now. It's actually quite hot outside, and it's been a dry day. So those are the 2 raised beds that Scott has made. Spoiler alert. Those videos are going to be coming shortly. But a little update on my vegetable area. My tomatoes are blooming flowers, so soon I should start seeing some fruit. My jalapeno, which I'm happy to see I have one. I might actually, I don't know, if it gets a little bit bigger, I'm going to be using it because we do use this for breakfast. We throw it into our scrambles. And then I do have a sweet pepper starting to form. Lighting's terrible, I'm sorry. And then my cucumber tried to attach to my pepper, but I think that I'll get it to get onto that wire. And then my little snack pepper, which let me put my lunchbox red is what it's called. Look how cute, little snackable bell pepper. Can't wait. And it's got a couple more coming down here. And then my zucchini and squash. This is either zucchini or squash. We'll know when the fruit starts. It's doing great, gets enough sun. And then my zucchini, actually, well, I have a bloom. I have a couple buds. I forget if that's zucchini or squash. I'll have to go back in the video. But elm tree seedling, no. And my echinacеas. So I have the powwow white. And then I have, I think that's just a regular purple variety echinacea. So I have purple and white. And then, yes, I haven't taken my Brussels sprouts down, but bad news. The locust, the cicada, they've moved into town. I'm sure everyone else is experiencing them. I'm sure Illinois is one of those that is experiencing them pretty badly this year. Anyway, this tomato is starting to set its flowers. Let's see some flowers. So this one's doing good, but I'm going to be taking all the wood out, and look, and I've got, well, actually it's dying because it's probably in the full sun. I need to get it back in the shade. I had some wood mushrooms, some what are they called? Anyway, they're safe to eat. I forget what they're called, but I need to get them back in the wet. I need to move them where they get more shade and moisture. It looks like they're drying out, but I was growing them. But anyway, I'm gonna have to pull all this out because I'm having 4 of these made, and we're gonna start 3 feet from the fence. And so I'm gonna try to keep the plants where they're at and just put it around them and see if that works or not. I may have to tweak it a little later. And then I need to come out here. I still have so much to clean up, but come out here and get this. Sorry for the shadow. This is a viburnum. It is it's not Korean spice. I mean, it might be the Korean spice. Actually, I don't remember which one it was, but I had 2. I had a Korean spice and I had a Kern's pink. And so this is one of them. I'm not sure which one it is. It's one or the other. But anyway, it looked like it was dying in my backyard. So I pulled it out and I was going to throw it away because it looked dead. And then I said, no, it has roots. The roots look fine. So I plopped it in here just temporarily till I could figure out what to do, and wouldn't you know, it just started budding up, coming out with leaves. So now I've got to find a spot for it in the yard. It obviously wants more sunlight. It must not have been getting enough sunlight, or the soil was just too compacted. Its roots couldn't thrive. So that's something else I have to do. And you know, this is edible stuff right here. Forget what it's called. I used to eat this as a kid, those little seed pods, because they're so tangy, and I liked how they popped in your mouth. Yeah, I think it's a form of sorrel, S-O-R-R-E-L, sorrel. Anyway, I don't eat them. I mean, I would eat them on my salads and stuff, and I still do once in a while, pop them in my mouth, but I'm not going to eat this one. I'm going to put it in the trash. Well, I think if it rains and it even catches on this edge, it slopes so it rolls into the vented area. But I will have to order some mosquito netting, and that way I can drape it over this like I can take it off when it's about to rain so it doesn't impede the collection. But I definitely don't want mosquitoes getting in there, because that defeats the entire purpose of having the rain barrel. Okay everyone, that's it. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you have any comments or suggestions, I'd really like to hear them. So leave them down below in the comments section. And until next time, have a good day, y'all. Bye.